Hello and welcome. You're watching Newsx and I'm Vaishali Kohli. Hindu troops have strongly rejected a new report into the 2022 Leicester Riots led by SOAS University of London, arguing that it unfairly places disproportionate blame on Hindu and the ideology of Hindutva. The report, titled Better Together and produced by an independent commission involving SOAS, LSE and the monitoring group, concluded that while no single community was solely responsible for the unrest, Hindu nationalist narratives played a significant role in escalating tensions. However, the Hindu community organizations group, Leicester, which represents more than 50,000 Hindus, said most Hindu organizations boycotted the inquiry due to concerns over its impartiality, funding and panel composition. HCOG criticized the report for allegedly downplaying attacks on Hindu homes and temples and for amplifying what it described as unverified claims, while also objecting to its funding from the Open Society foundations. And I do have Ambassador Gauri Shankar Gupta, is a former diplomat, joining me. Ambassador Gupta, welcome, and I'd like to begin with your opening comments on this.
Good afternoon, Vaishali. You see, I can tell you with my experience in the Western world that a large number of these kind of inquiries are basically to denigrate the Hindu community and particularly to India. The India is a rising power and these countries cannot really assess India in the objective perspective. Their tendency has been to look down upon India. And this particular case, I have seen the press report that this inquiry commission was headed by one British gentleman, but it was funded by Soros Foundation. Now, Soros Foundation is known for his anti-India approach. He comes from Hungary, and I served in Hungary. In fact, he and Prime Minister Viktor Orban can't see eye to eye. He has been banished from Hungary. His Central European University has been wound up in Hungary, and all his activities are disliked by the Hungarian authorities and the government, because this man is absolutely, pro-Islamic. And his idea is that the Islamic people should be given free entry all over the world. And Orban refused to do that. And this is what he is doing. So that is what he must have done when he funds a inquiry like this. He would have already decided that the blame would be put on Hindus and not anybody else. So this is what I feel, though I have not gone through the entire report, I have just seen the press report. But this is what appears to me at the first instance.
Ambassador Gupta, now if a major community group boycotts an inquiry, how does that weaken the legitimacy of the final report? Ambassador Gupta, am I audible to you?
Yeah.
Ambassador Gupta, I was asking you that if a major community group boycotts an inquiry, now does that weaken the legitimacy of the final report in any way?
First of all, I would like to mention this was not an independent inquiry commission. Since the inquiry commission was funded by the Soros Foundation, it cannot be independent. Either it should have been funded by the government of UK, then one could have said that it is an independent. So I really don't, give any credibility to this report. Secondly, the 50,000 people of the Hindu community completely boycotted the report, stating that the composition of this inquiry commission is completely unfair to them. So I don't know who were the other members of that committee. It's quite possible that there was a majority of Muslims in that, and who somehow wanted to put the blame on the Hindus and not on the Muslim community. So in the first part of the report, he says that no single community can be blamed, but then he goes on to say that the Hindutva elements in the Hindu community are responsible. So the report is contradictory in its own way, because the conclusion is something different and the details are quite different to that.
Ambassador Gupta, with that, thank you for joining me on the broadcast.